when all eyes all focused on 41-year-old LeBron James, when the Rockets made a desperate discovery, really strangled them outside attack, cut off their life infra. In one hand, the lunatic who still has broken glass left traveled to Europe for treatment in Danzig, and the moment of Leafos injury and retirement, Marcus Smart, the best defensive player ever, forcibly put yourself forced into a god of war who integrates offense and defense. If you don't know about Smart's past, you just think he plays dirty, big action. But when you really open up his resume, you will find Houston Rockets face not an ordinary basketball player at all, but a man crawling out of the dead, outlaws that even death can't take away. Let's take a look at this terrifying set of numbers. According in the last few postseason games against the Rockets, Smart averaged 36 minutes per game, scored 20.3 points and 8.3 plus assists, a league-leading 3.7 steals, and 1.7 for blocks. He is only 1.9 meters tall. Not only on the defensive end, the defensive gate that feeds the Rockets' perimeter more offensively, filling the huge tissue black hole left by Danzig. Smart is using his bloody experience, supporting this residual Lakers in all directions, complete the counterattack, and the ruthlessness in his bones. Doomed as early as the beginning of Texas, USA in 1994, a little life has just been born, was pushed into the critical incubator. Because of premature birth and organ dysplasia, he can only rely on a thin straw to forcibly deliver. Food barely got a life back from the gate of hell. This baby is struggling to breathe. It's Marcus Smart. Fate from the moment he was born never gave him the slightest chance to breathe. Most loved at age 3, his grandmother passed away, and where he grew up, by local police and residents, known tacitly as a war zone. That's a place full of guns, slums where drugs and gangs fight. It's not the alarm clock that wakes him up every morning. Gunshots in the street. He even experienced bullets firsthand, shooting that flew by the scalp. In this corner forgotten by God, there is only one rule of survival. If you are not tough enough, if you show even the slightest weakness, you'll be engulfed by this steel jungle. And basketball is his only exit from gangs and bullets. Every time an old ball falls on the concrete floor, it's all him screaming at fate. At the age of 10, Smart's parents are divorced. He followed his mother struggling to survive in his violent and fearful childhood. Big brother Todd is his only safe haven. Was his first basketball enlightenment Todd coach. Was once a gifted, the basketball player, has a very bright future. But at the age of 14, a cancer diagnosis completely shattered the family's hope. Smart watched with his own eyes. The one who used to be omnipotent on the field protect your brother like a superhero, weakening under the torture of chemotherapy, hair loss. In the end, it was ruthlessly swallowed up by the disease. Death became an eternal imprint in the depths of Smart's soul. Since then, Smart is no longer just playing for himself. He carved his brother's will into his bones. Every tireless run on the court, every reckless psycho foul, are all for the brother who stayed in puberty forever, fulfilling unfinished basketball dreams. And the scariest thing in Smart's career, the event that best explains his character, happened after a normal regular season loss, when he was still playing for the Boston Celtics, against his current employer, Los Angeles Lakers. 5.7 seconds left in the game. Celtics trailing by 1 point. Who hits the free throw line for Pop? Pope has scored 22 points with 2 penalties. Smart, who feels hot, grabs the rebound. Push through half court like crazy. Pull your head out before the time runs out. 3 points in one season. The ball hit the front of the rim and popped out. Back to the hotel the night after the game. The sound of iron. Crazy replay in Smart's mind. Extreme self-blame, anger, and a morbid desire for victory erupted in an instant. He roared. A punch hit the glass photo frame on the wall of the room. The glass burst instantly, but tragedy also happened. Shards of glass as sharp as a dagger, deep into the palm of his right hand. Blood gushed out in an instant, dyed the carpet red. Smart suffered from excessive blood loss and severe directly pain in the room. When he woke up in the hospital with 20 stitches, the doctor said to him solemnly, "Listen, I don't know. Can you still use your right hand normally in the future?" The deadly shard of glass in the hand, right between all the minimalism in his palm. The doctor told him, just a few millimeters off, his right hand tendon will be completely severed. His basketball career will end on the spot. What's even scarier in order not to damage its fragile nerves, doctors the tiny glass residue in the deepest part of the hand. Take it all out. This means those broken glass will stay in Smart's right palm forever. Until today, Whenever Smart dribbles hard on the court, or when shooting hard, his arms and palms often suddenly fell into an uncontrolled numbness. Now look back at these playoff games. When Houston Rockets players, they are complaining about tactical
When considering the
ownership of the ball, standing across from them is a child who grew up in a hail of bullets. Dear relatives die. Broken glass in the right hand, even shot, maybe accompanied by nerve-numbing predators. This is why the Rockets' outside will look so weak in front of Smart. Because you can never, in a fight for survival, defeat an opponent who is not afraid of death at all.